Thank you, Jim. Heard the one about the Scotsman, the Spaniard, the Argentinian, the Georgian and the Chinaman. It's no joke, it kind of sums up unpredictable Dundee. Fanzi has joined Ivano Benetti's fascinating collection of footballers, so too has Enrique Torres, who makes his debut. He played in the same Real Madrid B team as Javier Artero, who's on the bench. There's a familiar figure in former Newcastle man Tamuri Ketsbaya, and there are some promising Scottish youngsters in Jamie Langfield, David Mackay and Gavin Ray.
Yeah, some of the names are tricky, but the formation is pretty straightforward. A straightforward 4-4-2 for Dundee tonight, with Fanzi back in the centre of the defence after international duty. Barry Smith, we believe, will play left side. Normally would play on the right side of that back four, but in the absence of Beto Garrido, we do believe he'll play on the left tonight. Carranza and Ketsbaya give them good natural ability in the wide areas in midfield. Torres, we're told, playing his first game for Dundee tonight, we're told he's an out-and-out holding midfield player, and that should release Gavin Ray to do what he does best, and that, of course, is getting from box to box. Further forward, Sara and Caballero, well, loads of ability, but we really could do with a few more goals from them.
Well, Rangers make 4 changes from the side that beat Ross County in the League Cup on Wednesday. Craig Moore, Arthur Newman, Tor Andre Flo and Bert Conserman all return. Ronald de Boer is left on the bench. Lorenzo Amoruso is suspended after a red card in that game midweek. Despite limping out of training yesterday, Claudio Canigia is fit to face his former club.
Yeah, no Lorenzo Amoruso, but a straight swap with Craig Moore back in the country and playing in the right-hand side of that back three. Good to see young Maurice Ross holding his place in the right side of midfield, and I thought he was terrific against Celtic last Sunday. And further forward, Canigia coming in for Ronald de Boer. Now, de Boer did play in the central area between middle and front against Celtic. I think we'll find Canigia will play further forward on the right-hand side with Arveladze on the other side of Flo.
So Rangers come into this game a whopping 13 points behind Celtic. That is a massive gap. There is no margin for error. They have to win every game and hope that somebody can halt their arch rivals. Dundee have had a lot of injury problems this season. Rangers know what that is like. It's been a bit of a stop-start campaign for Ivano Benetti's men, but we get the feeling the best is yet to come from them. On the day of the World Cup draw, there are 2 World Cup captains at Dens Park. Fanzi of China makes only his second appearance for Dundee. He was sent off in his first, then went home to play in the Chinese national games and was sent off there as well. Claudio Reyna will skipper the USA in Japan and South Korea next year, but he might not be a Rangers player then, with Sunderland's interest increasing. Claudio Canigia won the World Cup with Argentina and scored a goal that knocked out Brazil. He returns to Dens Park. It was Dundee who brought him to Scotland, and we are thankful to them for that, because he's been a joy to watch. So Dick Advocaat, as he walks towards the dugout with Jan Wouters, will have noted that Celtic have won yet again. Rumours this week that Dick might be about to move upstairs. Before the kick-off, there will be a minute's silence for Dundee legend Tommy Gallagher, who has died at the age of 79. He played 263 times for Dundee in their very successful side of the 1940s and 50s. Dens Park remembering one of its heroes, one of its legends, Tommy Gallagher. Dundee's multinational squad has attracted interest from all over the world. This game is being screened in South America and in China. And on the official Dundee FC website, you can even get all the latest news from Dens Park translated into Chinese. Rangers in their change kit are going to get us up and running. Dundee beat them at Ibrox last season, but because of the split, Rangers had to come here 3 times in all. You might remember a classic contest when Juan Sara missed a couple of penalties and Rangers undeservedly won. Never a dull moment when these two are around, and the men of Dens usually prove a match for Rangers.
Well, they normally play well against Rangers, Ian, but they're due a result here at Dens Park. Haven't beaten Rangers here for 9 years, but I do think we're in for a decent 90 minutes. I don't think this Dundee side under Ivano Bonetti knows to play any other way other than going forward. And of course the Rangers in their present position really can't afford to hang around. They have to win this one.
Here is Maurice Ross, so impressive against Celtic last week. Now Claudio Reyna, who might well be on his way south of the border soon, with Sunderland stepping up their interest, but they'll have to step up their bid as well. £3.5 million, not enough for one of Dick Advocaat's best signings. Flo. Reyna trying to send it through. It was cut out by Fanzi, and Avalati will let it go for the throw. Arthur Newman will take it, vastly experienced of course. He's actually played under Dick Advocaat at 3 different clubs now. There are 4 Scots in the starting lineup for Dundee, but of course they are a club that has been transformed by an influx of foreigners over the past couple of years. The majority of them, it must be said, pretty decent players too.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've been real box office since Ivano Bonetti started bringing them into the country, but they are so inconsistent. I mean, if you look at the ability this side has, they should be further up the table.
Here is Reyna. Canigia up against the club that brought him to Scotland. He became a cult hero in his time at Dens Park. It'll hurt the Dundee fans to see him in a Rangers shirt. Now the clearance only went to Arveladze, and it was diverted wide. An early scare for Dundee, and Arveladze certainly a man in form on the goal scoring front.
Yeah, it's a slack clearance here by Kisnasvili as it comes in here, Ian. Slack one, all very kindly.
Canigia will take the corner. It was just too high for Conterman. But here's Barry Ferguson, the Rangers captain, and now Arthur Newman. Arveladze. Newman with nowhere to go, except to Barry Ferguson. Now Maurice Ross, who was born in the city of Dundee. Reyna, no flag here against Tor-Andre Flo. Arveladze waiting in the middle. It doesn't get that far though, because it's cut out by Fanzi.
I think you see the benefit there of Rangers playing with 2 wide. It opens up the inside right and inside left channels very nicely there for Flo to run into. Timed his run well. And there was plenty of support in the box, had the cross arrived at the back post.
So a second corner for Rangers in the opening minutes. Again it's taken by Claudio Canigia, and Ketspire has conceded another corner, but Conterman putting himself about. And this is becoming a familiar sight already. Canigia tries again. Jamie Langfield elects to punch it. It was helped on its way by Fabian Caballero. Jamie Langfield in the Dundee goal will be 22 on the 22nd of December. Rangers starting as they mean to go on, camped inside Dundee territory at the moment. Newman has got it back, but the flag goes up against it.
That's a very confident call there from Gavin Ray, who really caught on his heels. It's a tight one, very tight indeed. If anything, I think Arthur Newman's on there.
Rangers playing catch-up with Celtic, but it's a big catch-up game. 13 points behind after Martin O'Neill's men trounced Hibs earlier. Well done to Livingston, by the way, who recorded yet another victory, having an amazing season. Mackay lifting it towards Caballero, but it's away by Michael Ball, not very effectively though. Ranza somewhat lost his way. Kizanishvili sent it back to Franzi. Ranza's flip and a throw will go Rangers way. Michael Ball, if he gets subbed today, I think he might just thank Dick Advocaat rather than do anything else. Maurice Ross with the foul on Ketsbaia. Quite a big Georgian connection now at Dens Park with Ketsbaia and Kizanishvili and Nemsadze, who's out injured at the moment, and of course a familiar face for those Georgians up against them today in their international teammate Arveladze. Ketsbaia, he can hit them, and it was bouncing awkwardly towards Klos.
That's a decent effort. It's what we've seen a lot of from Ketsbaia since he's come into the Scottish game. Anything from 35, 30 yards in, tries to get the shot away early.
Reino was seeking out Kenichia, but it was cut out by Barry Smith, slotting in at left back tonight. With David Mackay playing on the right-hand side. Stumbled from Newman, but it wasn't a particularly good pass anyway from Barry Ferguson. Mackay, who was voted man of the match against Hearts last week. He's only 20, just broken into the team. And Maurice Ross, who's just broken into the Rangers team. He's been on the fringe of things for a while. Looks a real talent and playing in his home city tonight. And he actually made his debut on this ground in a 7-1 win for Rangers a couple of years ago. Arveladze. And just trickled away from Arthur Newman. Carranza. Probably asking a bit too much of Juan Sala. Here is Ross. Fernando Rickson still troubled by injury, but the way Ross played last week, Fernando might struggle to regain his place. Ferguson. Michael Ball. Arveladze. Newman goes outside of him and he's going to bring it into it. Newman's cross a little wild. Ketsbaia is aware of the presence of Ross, but he's done well. Caballero. Sara. Ketsbaia. Carranza available. Offside against Sara.
Yeah, he's away a fraction earlier there. Yard offside in behind Bert Konteman. Good example there of how Dundee moved the ball from back to front through the midfield. Moved the ball very freely.
Torres sliding that through, but it drifted away from Caballero. Reina. But Konteman. Now Michael Ball, who cost £6.5 million from Everton, but was injured when he came. Ball offside, flag's gone up very late there.
You see with the surprised look on Arveladze's face there, he thinks he's on here. And as he's played again, it's a very tight one. Dundee having a problem down that left-hand side because young Mackay at times is being asked to tuck in to pick up Arveladze. And it means Carranza's going to have to be very aware of Arthur Newman, who's going to bomb on down that side at every opportunity.
Dundee haven't beaten Rangers at Dens Park since a thrilling 4-3 success in 1992. Winning goal that day was scored by Billy Dodds for Dundee. He's now on Rangers books, of course, made a fleeting appearance last week, but has since disappeared back into the Ibrox stroke Bermuda Triangle. Here's Craig Moore, just back from international duty, and the disappointment of missing out on a place in the World Cup finals, of course. The Aussies well beaten by Uruguay. Ferguson, and again. Rayner wants it, just about kept his footing. His ball. Now Newman, who's finding a lot of space over that side. Arveladze. Torres leaves it for Gavin Ray. Here's Carranza, who was sent off against Rangers at Ibrox in August.
Rangers having by far the lion's share of the ball tonight, but Dick Advocaat would love to get an early one here tonight to settle his side.
Dick Advocaat fuming already. The pressure very much on, as it always is in Glasgow when you're second best. Mind you, the pressure's also on when you're first best, I'm sure Martin O'Neill would say. Rangers go off to Paris this week to play the second leg of their UEFA Cup tie against Paris Saint-Germain. 0-0 from the first leg. Difficult to call a winner out of that one, but our best wishes to them and to Celtic, who take on the Spanish giants of Valencia in Glasgow. Arveladze, no return though to Newman, it was cut out by Mackay. Ferguson deciding that Carranza wasn't going to have it. Moore. Flo. He took a little knock in training on Thursday and took a little knock there as well.
Yeah, otherwise Newman was away on the left-hand side again. Newman's giving Dundee a real problem down the left-hand side here. And Torres might feel it was worthwhile giving away that free kick. Otherwise they could have released Newman down the left side.
Free kick will be given to Rangers, who are trying to make their possession pay. So, some concern here for Jamie Langfield. It will be the left foot of Arveladze. Looks like he fancies it. Michael Ball has been known to hit them in his time as well. 5 men in the Dundee wall. Arveladze and Ball discussing the options. It's going to be Michael Ball. Didn't quite get it right though. Ball played in the same England under-15 team as Michael Owen a few years ago, and Wes Brown, come to that. It was Maurice Ross's header, and it goes straight back to Langfield. Just 2 clean sheets this season in 16 games in the Scottish Premier League. Hunterman stumbled and Sara flicked it on to Caballero! Cross was watching it go wide though.
Just looking for half a yard there on Craig Moore. A slip here by Bert Conterman. Good touch on there by Sara. And half a yard was all it required for him to get the shot away. I think Stefan Klos is getting across there anyway. You can see the eagerness of Sara, of Caballero, to get the shot away.
Caballero was on the books of Arsenal, but only made a Few appearances for them coming off the bench. Gets by it. Raised touch to Barry Smith. Smith, a former Celtic man, so he'll be up for this one. Ray. Maurice Ross hoping that's going to carry, and it didn't quite, but it didn't come to much anyway, despite the efforts of Smith. A quarter of an hour played at Dens Park. No goals between Dundee and Rangers. Celtic emphatic winners earlier, 3-0 against Hibs. Dundee, by the way, could go up to 5th in the table if they win here. Here's their former hero, Claudio Canigia, who's come back to tease and torment them. Canigia's cross. Not the best of punches by Langfield, who twice now has elected to use his fists rather than to catch. Ferguson has put Arthur Newman in. Now Arveladze. He's given it back to Newman, but the flag has gone up again.
Once again though, Beto Carranza's caught on his heels. Arthur Newman's getting a free run down that left side. You see Carranza just stops here. Now Newman, again, it's very, very tight. But Carranza can't really afford to stop there and allow Newman to get in behind him.
There's Continent. He's only missed one league game since he joined Rangers from Feyenoord. Rangers have won on 4 of their last 5 visits to Dens Park. It's a happy hunting ground for them, but Dundee have won at Ibrox a couple of times in recent years. Ferguson doth protest to Dougie McDonald, in charge tonight. Carranza. Caballero, there's no flag here. Mackay. Fonteman cut it out, although not very far. It comes to Caballero, and he gets a second bite at it. And then Maurice Ross turned it away, but Rangers were panicking a bit then.
A terrific block there by Caballero, who could have taken this first time here. Good early ball in from Mackay. Caballero could have hit it early, decided to take the touch, and that allowed Craig Moore to get out and close the ball down.
Carranza's corner. Kizanishvili gave it back to Carranza, but he sliced his centre that time. Arno Benetti really has transformed Dundee, and he's agreed a new 5-year deal as well, so it's very much for the long term. Benetti, of course, can count Juventus and Grimsby amongst his former clubs, and I don't think there are many who can. Reina, it's a loose one, straight to Sara. Now here's Enrique Torres, or as he prefers to be known, Kiko. Carranza releasing Caballero. Michael Ball's challenge, that looked very close, but it's only a corner.
Well, he invited the challenge, could have played the cross in, invited the challenge here from Michael Ball. I think maybe the referee got it right, and maybe the reaction of Caballero told you so.
Carranza's corner. Maurice Ross, favourite to win that, and nobody was near him in the end. Here's Flo, top scorer in Scotland this season, even though he's much maligned, he still has a long list of critics. Played more onto the head of Barry Smith though, and now Gavin Ray. Just going to drift out, I think, that from Smith.
I would say my first reaction here was that this could have been a penalty. Dougie McDonald, close inspection, was spot on here. Good decision by the referee.
Probably be the first thing Dougie looks at on the video when he gets home tonight, though, just to double check. Reina. Shota Arveladze. Again, it was the ploy of trying to play Newman in, which didn't quite work that time. Barry Ferguson, who made his 100th league appearance against Celtic last week. Ross. Canigia's touch. Reina trying to put Ross in. It's away by Fanzi. Now here is Torres or Kiko, whichever you prefer, and he prefers Kiko. Here's Kwansara. Conterman booted it away from the feet of Fabian Caballero. Caballero again, looking for a 1-2, but he was floored. Stefan Klos has agreed an extension to his contract. The Rangers keeper on board now until 2005. Ball. Flow. Ferguson. Canigia's in a bit of space. Barry Smith nearby, but not that near. Canigia's cross. Bit too much on it though, and it's a goal kick.
That wasn't his best. Arveladze had made a good run into the back post area, just a bit too deep for him though. But I still think if Rangers keep trying to introduce Arthur Newman down that left hand side, they'll get something.
The Chinaman takes the free kick for Dundee. This game being screened in Fanzi's homeland. There is all of a sudden huge interest in Dundee, and not only in China, it must be said, but some parts of South America too also regularly take the Dundee games live. Here's Mackay. Carranza. Lost out to Newman. Now Ferguson. Flow's going to chase this, and Langfield's committed himself. Not sure if he's going to get there. He didn't, but he was helped out by Kizanishvili.
I made up his mind early to come there, Jamie Langfield. It fell into a very awkward area, both for Kizanishvili and Langfield. He was relieved to see the ball go behind eventually.
Reina's corner. Ooh, Flo was in there.
That's a terrific delivery here from Claudio Reina. Loads of pace on it. Fanzi in tight there on Flo.
To Andre Flo, cost £12 million from Chelsea. His former club had quite an away win today at Old Trafford. His current club will be hoping for something similar. Ball. Arveladze. Ferguson. To Maurice Ross. No fear in that young boy, as he proved last week in the Old Firm game. Canigia. The referee was happy with it. Kizanishvili looking to put Sara on his way, but it's knocked up by Craig Moore. Claudio Reina. Flo's flick didn't come off. It was Kizanishvili who had it, and he has it again. This time he's forced back to Langfield. David Mackay, who's 20 years of age, and And Caballero has gone past Stefan Klos. Now Sara will attack this. Did Moore foul him? The referee says no penalty. Dundee fans fuming. Sara was left grounded, and so were Dundee's hopes of a goal.
They made some terrific runs. Caballero in particular, running from centre to wide, has made some terrific runs down the outside of Michael Ball.
Here's Kizanishvili, the young Georgian. Franzi up to Sara. Barry Smith to Murray Ketspire, seeking out Sara, and he could be in here. It might have bobbled off his hand, but it's a corner that's been given anyway, and Dundee are coming close.
That's a delightfully weighted diagonal here from Ketspire. Well, did he take it on his arm there? I think Sara may well have played the ball with his right arm as it comes down. Yeah, catches it just in the crook of his arm.
Over the top it goes, and Langfield will come and smother that time. It was a lot more comfortable for him. Here's Carranza. Dundee are suddenly giving it a go. Conterman clears, and again to Barry Ferguson, who will get the free kick.
Previous to that, another penalty claim. Ball in the air for a long time there. Craig Moore, I just think, marking his territory. You expect your defender to show that kind of aggression. The ball dropping in his own 6-yard box.
Mavaladze now. Rangers looking for a goal for their efforts. Ferguson to Newman, and Avaladze's header, but once again the flag frustrates Rangers.
Once again Arveladze tucks in here. Still be a fraction early. Caniggia had timed his run better, but once again Rangers got Newman down the outside. Most of the play in the centre of the field. Rangers having most of the ball, but Dundee still looking pretty lively on the break.
Here's Ketspire, it opens up a little bit for him, and Caballero! Oh! Did Klos get a little touch on that? Maybe not, it slithered against the post.
Lovely little feed here from Ketspire. Got a good early shout here, I think, from Caballero. Michael Ball did well to press the ball. Well, you don't get any more unlucky than that. And the movement of Caballero in particular, in fact it's a save there by Klos. I think he managed to get some of his glove on that. But Caballero's movement really has been sensational tonight.
A definite touch from Klos, but the touch wasn't spotted, and Rangers got the goal kick. And Dundee with more attempts at goal than Rangers at the moment, but Rangers looking to change that now with Maurice Ross, but he loses out to Ketspire and gets the goal kick as well. Ketspire, famous of course for his assault on an advertising board in his days at Newcastle. Shame that he'll go through his career always being remembered for that.
Well, I think it did Stefan Klos a disservice here, because this was a wonderful save. That may have found its way in off the left-hand post, but for that vital touch there from Stefan Klos. Terrific save.
Stefan Klos saved a last-minute penalty against Ross County in midweek, which ensured Rangers' passage into a possible clash with Celtic in the semi-finals of that competition. He took a bit of a beating as well. He might just have spotted a bruise or two on his face there. Spires challenge surely is going to get a yellow card. Maybe not, perhaps.
Well, I think it's fortunate. Jimmy McDonald's done him a real turn there, I think. That's a bad challenge.
No booking note for Kitspire. Bert Konterman. Arveladze. Michael Ball. Slow. Losing out to Kizanishvili. Ferguson. Once again, Newman advances. But Ferguson can't quite shovel it through to him. Konterman. Kinigia. Dundee know all about what he can do, but then most of the world knows all about what he can do as Arthur Newman scuffs his cross.
Once again, he's in acres of room. He's fortunate tonight. He's playing against Beto Carranza, who really wants to play in the front foot all the time. Not a lad who wants to track back.
Rangers haven't actually lost a domestic match outside of Glasgow for over a year. Two defeats this season, both coming against Celtic, of course. Claudio Reyna. Arveladze showed too much of it to Mackay. Here's Newman. Arveladze coming back for more. Flo brushed off it by Fanji. Benetti hoping the best is yet to come from his side this season. They are inconsistent, they are unpredictable, but haven't really got their act together so far this season. Offside flag would have been up anyway against Flo. Huge kick from Langfield, and Sara was fouled by Konterman.
Magnificent take there from Sara. All's come 70 yards. Look at the control here. Fabulous.
I don't think Konterman was too impressed by it. He took him out. What can Dundee do with this free kick? Timuri Kitspire. He's not going to hit it yet, but he is now. And it hit Craig Moore. There were handball tries, but only from the crowd, really, not from the players around the incident.
Once again, he found a little bit of room here. Managed to get away from Barry Ferguson, and no one came out to charge him. Just slips Barry Ferguson here. No one really attacking the ball. Well, I don't think he knew anything about that.
Arveladze, 7 goals in 8 games for Rangers. He has been an instant hit. Kinigia. Arveladze for Ferguson. And here he goes again. Arthur Newman. Craig Moore. Sara committed himself. And onside this time. It's Tor-Andre Flo. Oh, he dragged it behind Arveladze. Might have gone for it himself. It's going to be a corner.
I just got the angle completely wrong here. Run across the face, gets the benefit of the doubt here. Another tight decision. And that's a poor ball across, trying to play Arveladze. Poor delivery.
Time though for another Rangers corner, and that means Claudio Reyna to deliver. Flow at the near post with Langfield. Goal kick.
It's just as well Flo didn't get a glance in this, because I don't think Langfield was getting there.
Well, the pay-per-view match tomorrow, Robbie Fowler's debut, surely. It's from 1:30. For information on how to see it, 08705 160 160. That's for Fulham against Robbie Fowler and Leeds United. And the Super Sunday offering comes from Goodison Park, Everton against Southampton, two Scottish managers. It's from 3 o'clock on Sky Sports 1 with interactive coverage available on Sky Sports Extra. 10 minutes to go in the first half here at Dens Park. No goals between Dundee and Rangers. Dundee coming back into it a bit after Rangers controlled the early stages. Here is Beto Carranza, and now Caballero. Oh, it's going to come across to Ketsbaia. Rangers living dangerously. Ketsbaia, and eventually it's blocked by Claudio Reyna.
Terrific play again on the right hand side by Caballero, and that's where most of Dundee's danger is coming from, down that right hand side.
Ketsbaia's throw finds Barry Smith. Now Gavin Ray. Continental more clear. Carranza's dummy fooled everybody. So Murray Ketsbaia moved from Newcastle to Wolves, but it didn't work out for him at Molineux. Here's Kiko Torres. Caballero. Cut out by Craig Moore. And the beneficiary is Barry Ferguson. Ferguson looking to put Newman in. And Newman decided he wasn't going to get to it. A draw, of course, not much use to Rangers, really. 13 points behind Celtic. It's only the start of December. 5 months left for Dick Advocaat, whose contract is up at the end of the season, of course. Reports this week that he may move upstairs into a new role. But he's not keen to explain what might happen just yet, is Dick. And if he doesn't want to tell you, he won't.
Yeah, I think we'll probably have to wait until the Rangers AGM on December 18th to find out just what his role is going to be. But it would seem he's moving out of frontline coaching, which is a great surprise to me.
Yeah, you can't really see him in one of those director of football roles. He's hands-on. There's 2 Dundee players down, actually. And I think play will have to be stopped because I think it's Carranza who's hurt. And they're all dropping now. 2 down, 9 left.
Well, they've got 3 getting treatment at the moment, Dundee.
Yes, Kizanishvili with the first one.
Yeah, they've got Sara getting treatment, Caballero as well.
Yeah, Dundee are suddenly down to 8.
You can tell Caballero's special play, he's getting treatment from the manager.
That's kind of the way they do it at Dundee, isn't it? Everybody mucks in. Well, they're gradually all coming back. Sara and Kizanishvili. And Caballero hopefully to follow for Dundee, although he's still off the pitch at the moment. Conteman's header, here's Shota Arveladze. Craig Moore, who missed the last 4 matches because of his international concerns with Australia. Conterman read that. Here's Claudio Canigia. Flo trying to time his run right, and in the end it slipped through to Langfield as Fabian Caballero comes back on for Dundee. They are now back to the full complement of 11. Canigia shakes everyone off. Rayner. Fanzi just got in ahead of Flo. Ketsbayer survives the challenge of Maurice Ross, but not the one from Shota Arveladze. Inside the last 5 minutes of the first half, Dundee have only won 2 of their last 22 encounters with Rangers, so recent history not on their side, and those 2 wins came at Ibrox, given away rather cheaply by Kizanishvili. Here's Flo, and that might just be a free kick. Here's Craig Moore then. He doesn't score many, but fancied having a go then. Dundee hoping to shift up into 5th place in the Scottish Premier League, which they will do if they win here. Rangers, of course, 2nd in the table, but Livingston breathing down their necks now. What an incredible season it's been for them. The Rangers themselves are not really breathing down Celtic's necks at all at the moment, but they'd like to be. Here's Michael Ball. Here's Craig Moore. Couple of minutes to go in the first half. Michael Ball looking for Arveladze. Important intervention from Kizanishvili. Caballero to Gavin Ray, well advanced. Ketsbayer outside of him. He will be utilised. Ketsbayer, lovely touch from Caballero, and just maybe Sara, but Conterman stuck close to him.
Yeah, it's a good block by Bert Conterman, but Michael Ball could have done better here. See Ball stepping out here, but closed out of that challenge there on the edge of the box. Fell very nicely for Sara.
Trying to inspire Dundee. An anxious moment this for Rangers near half-time. Carranza's corner cleared by Ball. Rangers were sleeping a little bit there. Maurice Ross hardly noticed the throw to Carranza, who come over to this side to take the corner. And Beto Carranza has weaved his way through, and it's smothered by Kloss.
Terrific footwork by Carranza. That's the upside of this lad. Not a great defender, but terrific skill there. Really had to dig that up towards the back post. Rangers had plenty of jerseys closing down the front post area. Rangers have scored more goals on their travels than at home this season, but
None so far tonight. Just 1 minute added on time in this first half. Kitspire with a rampaging run again for Dundee. It was Konterman who stopped him. Arveladze looking to release Newman, but Kizanishvili came across.
Exceeding challenge through by Bert Konterman here. Kitspire full tilt here on the edge of the box. Well, appeals for hands against Maurice Ross.
Ball. Arveladze, certainly a big test for David Mackay tonight, coming up against him. Kitspire. Arveladze leaves it for Barry Ferguson. Seconds remaining in the first half. Kinigia. Maurice Ross. Oh, Kinigia might yet be in. It's only come to Claudio Reyna. Now Barry Ferguson. It's half-time at Dens Park. Javier Caballero's effort tipped onto the post by Stefan Klos, even though a goal kick was given. We'll hear what Charlie Nicholas thinks of it all next with Jim at half-time at Dens Park. Dundee 0, Rangers 0.
But we're at Dens Park, Dundee. It's Dundee against Rangers, and as things stand, Charlie Nicholas, it's 0-0. But really, Ivano Bonetti should be disappointed, Charlie, because Dundee have had real chances in that first half, haven't they?
Yeah, they've had chances, Jim, but to be fair, I think it's been a fairly even game. Rangers, for me, have dominated the midfield area in terms of passing, but you know, passing doesn't mean anything. I mean, last weekend's Old Firm game proves that. Rangers should know that. They've got to ask more of their front. Their front three have not done enough. They look as if they lack a little bit desire. They look as if everything's a little problem for them to take it that extra yard. Arveladze's had bundles of room, as Davey quite rightly points out. Carranza is struggling with Newman. He's been out ball every time. Carranza's as well going for a lens set every time Rangers get the ball, because he's contributing nothing. And Newman, the hardest thing in the game is not just to stick a ball in a net, but it's the final ball in to give at least your striker something to work off. He hasn't delivered, and Rangers have been disappointing. The main players have to perform a little bit more.
So when you look back at it, you're saying, Charlie, Rangers really do have to step up a gear, because as things stand, and they need no reminding, 13 points behind Celtic, they have to win tonight.
Well, I've said it before, Jim, and tonight I think is an issue that Rangers might say, well, as long as we take 3 points. These are the areas that Dundee are hurting them. Caballero's not the quickest. It's never a penalty. Watch your linesman, the fourth official. Flag was right down immediately for a corner. He made the call. The referee, Dougie McDonald, who has a decent first half. He just, for me, I think he's fortunate he could be booked for that Caballero for the dive. Again, it's down that area. Klos is in no man's land. What I would say here is that Sarah should do more. As an ex-striker, I would say I was never great in the air, Jim, but I would at least have a go in trying to get my body across Craig Moore. He was just strong in the end. The arm's up, sure, but you can't expect the defender to walk out the way and let him get a clean header. He had the right to debate it, and it wasn't a pen again. But here's the areas again where Rangers haven't worked Dundee have, but Dundee have worked Rangers hard. It's a tremendous save from
That
Klos.
is a great save from Klos.
It's a world-class save. It's not been an inspirational first half from any of the teams, although Dundee have looked more lively, I think, up front. But what a magnificent touch that is from Klos. And I wouldn't say that it probably keeps him in the game, because I think they merit at least going in level at half-time, but it was a wonderful touch.
What do you think then, the second half? Bonetti will simply say, keep this going. You have a chance here tonight against Rangers.
Dundee never surprises, Jim. I mean, at times they're up and down. I think they need a little bit of spark to get their season really kicking and get to the top 6 level. They had that opportunity tonight, but Rangers up front, I mean, Arveladze gets space. When you have 2 midfield players playing central as they are, and 3 strikers, there is no movement. There's very, very little movement. And Kinigia wants space to make movement, so does Flo. They are not physical, so they have to ask more of them. And it's not just to service all the time. Sometimes you have to work off the ball to create and earn your own space, and Rangers for me haven't done that and haven't earned it yet.
And if you're a Paris Saint-Germain official tonight watching this, you're thinking we have a real chance of putting Rangers out the UEFA Cup here.
Well, I think you're looking at this conflict saying, if this, after last weekend's Old Firm result, maybe this is broken, this team.
Well, as things stand here at Dens Park, it's Dundee 0, Rangers 0. It's a cold night. Well, those wigs will do a bit to keep these guys' heads warm. It's a multinational Dundee team, that proves it. It's 0-0 at Dens. Oh, it's a clear night here on Tayside. The moon is out in full. And at Dens Park, Rangers have come calling, but we have no goals so far. At half-time, the scoreline is Dundee 0, Rangers 0. Dundee coming out for this second half. And the way they've been playing under Ivano Benetti, they have every chance of getting the 3 points tonight here against Rangers. And remember, Rangers need those points because this afternoon Celtic beat Hibs by 3 goals to 0, and Celtic, as things stand, are 13 points clear of Rangers at the top. So Rangers need a win. It's the second half, it's Dundee Rangers. Let's rejoin Davy Provan and Ian Crocker.
Thank you, Jim. They really do have something special going here at Dundee. And Claudio Caniggia knows a great deal about it, of course. He was brought over by Ivano Benetti to Scotland. Benetti and co have transformed this club. Dundee have been wonderful to watch since he took over, but it must really frustrate him that they haven't really got the results to go alongside that. In fact, this season in the Scottish Premier League, only St Johnstone have scored fewer goals than Dundee, and that was the point you were making earlier about them, David. They just don't get enough goals.
No, exactly, and they're very good, from their own box to the opposition box, but the end result often just isn't good enough. Caballero and Sara, both terrific to watch, but neither would you would say are out-and-out finishers where it really counts.
Dundee, we hear, had 4 players getting treatment during the half-time interval. You may remember they all seemed to fall down at once in the first half. Caballero seemed to be worse off, but they're all out for the start of the second half anyway. Rangers 13 points behind Celtic, unlucky for some. Claudio Reyna.
I think at times the Rangers take far too long to get the ball forward. And I think much of that down to the fact that Torrey Andrew Flo isn't really a target. He's happier coming off, taking the ball into feet. He wants to link really with his midfield players. You know, going back to the days where they had Mark Haitley in that position, they could knock it forward early at times and get teams turning with midfield players going to support. They don't really have that variation of that option now.
Haveladze for Caniggia. The foul by Ketspire will give Rangers an opportunity to set something up here right at the start of the second half, and they took it a little bit too quickly and in the wrong place for Dougie McDonald's liking. Cold night in Dundee, but Rangers are feeling the heat at the moment. They need to keep winning. In the end, it was much ado about nothing from the free kick. But it's not all over yet, because Claudio Reyna sent it up in the air. Langfield lost it. Here's Reyna, who goes to ground. Still nothing doing in the way of penalties in this game. Jamie Langfield will be rather relieved.
Yeah, he's flapped a few times tonight. It's not the first misjudgment he's had in this game. And again, he makes up his mind to come all the way here. And really struggling from here on in. Played a rain under pressure from Barry Smith. Once again, Dougie McDonald says no. And I think once again the referee got it right there.
Ferguson's free kick. Bookings so far in this game tonight, and a couple of times Dougie McDonald has been lenient in that respect. Michael Ball. Now Arthur Newman. Shota Arveladze. Ferguson looking for flow. Langfield's committed himself and got there and held on that time.
It's a rare occasion where Toriandre Flo is prepared to go in behind here, makes a terrific run here, timing perfect. And on that occasion, Jamie Langfield made the right decision to go all the way.
Kanigia. Lovely back heel for Rayner. It's a little too crowded for Ferguson's liking. Arveladze shaking off Mackay. No way through though for the Georgian, signed from Ajax. Arveladze has banged in a few for Rangers already. He also had a good record in Dutch football as the free kick is given here. Ball. Here is Arveladze, 55 goals in 96 league games for Ajax, hugely impressive, and he certainly started with a bang at Rangers.
Yeah, I think he also showed last Sunday he's more than just a penalty box player. I think he got a terrific supply into the box last Sunday, and I'd really absolve him tonight. I think his movement's been terrific. At times he's dragged young Mackay into the central area to open up the left-hand side for Arthur Newman. I just wonder if Dick Advocat is toying with the option of moving him in beside there and making up a front partnership with Toriandre Flo, as he did at the beginning of the second half last Sunday.
Yes, many were surprised to see Arveladze subbed in that Old Firm game. Ooh, he was nearly in there, the Georgian, but it's Mackay. Beto Carranza. Here's Timuri Ketspire. Gavin Ray is making a run to the left, but Ketspire goes the other way towards Mackay. And another half-hearted handball shout against Arveladze then. Caballero blocked by Ball. Here's Beto Carranza though.
I think this is as much the assistant here on this side, his call as much as the referees here. Well, only Arveladze knows about the intent there. Once again, Dougie McDonald says no.
Mind you, Dundee did miss 2 penalties in the game against Rangers here last season, so maybe the ref was saving them the trouble. And Sara was the man who missed those 2 penalties. Here he is, shaking off Continent. Beto Carranza. He's gone past Arthur Newman. Stefan Klos will claim it though. Barry Smith turns it back to Jamie Langfield. Really need to step it up a gear. They cannot afford to fall any further behind their Glasgow rivals at the top of the table. Kanigia and Maurice Ross advancing. He might just get to it. Corner. David Murray, of course, the man at the helm of Rangers, and some big decisions to be made if Dick Advocat moves into a director of football role. Rayner's corner. Craig Moore came in and Langfield again couldn't hold on. Slippery fingers. Arthur Newman. Cut out by Mackay. Here's Caballero. Spire won't get to that, Barry Ferguson will. Rayner. Ball. Arveladze, who stumbled. Michael Ball can't really see anything on, so he gives it to Reina, the captain of the USA. Flo. Canigia's cross, Arveladze coming in, Langfield again, couldn't hold on, and Claudio Reina blazed it over.
Oh, what a terrific ball in. Best ball all night. Arthur Newman squandered a few down the left side. That's a terrific ball by Canigia. Set up nicely for Reina, and he knows he's going to be clattered there as he takes it. Really should have done better though.
Jamie Langfield relieved again. Not much is sticking to his gloves tonight.
Rangers again having more of the ball, but again I think a lot of the possession tonight has been passive. And really you can keep the ball all night, but unless you have a cutting edge where it counts, it's worthless. And the kind of ingenuity we saw from Canigia there a moment ago is exactly what Rangers need. There you see just 4 attempts at goal, despite all the possession tonight. 4 attempts at goal, and that can't be pleasing, Dick Advocate.
Rangers yet to get one on target. 10 minutes into the second half, it's an anxious night for them. But as we said right at the start, Dundee always give them a game. A couple of wins at Ibrox in recent seasons. And certainly there was that game last year here that they should have won when they missed those 2 penalties. And Rangers ended up nicking it. The goal scoring a bit of a problem for Dundee, as we've also mentioned this season. Second lowest scorers in the Scottish Premier League. It's a crunch time for Rangers, but then I suppose they probably think every week is a crunch time. They go to Paris Saint-Germain for the second leg of the UEFA Cup tie. A score draw would be good enough for them, of course, after a goalless first leg. Shota Arveladze. Newman nearby, but in fact Arveladze's picked him out. But the return from Flo wasn't up to much, and Peter Carranza can clear. Booted out by Barry Ferguson. Peter Carranza trying a fancy flick or two. They certainly have become an intriguing team to watch, Dundee, since Ivano Benetti took over. Here's Flo, and he's got the better of Fanzi. Tore-Andre Flo puts Claudio Canigia in. Rangers desperate for a goal, and Flo hasn't got it. He's somehow managed to steer it away from its intended target.
Well, he deserved better, I have to say. Magnificent play by Flo, who came short initially. Good aggression to get into this position before releasing Canigia. Makes his way to the back post. Well, it's a shocking finish. And he deserved so much better.
Wasn't that good? Tore-Andre Flo unable to add to his 17-goal tally this season, but he really should have done. You can't argue with his goal-scoring record. Ferguson's lob and Claudio Canigia closing in for Rangers again. Here's Rayner. Ferguson. Kizanishvili turns it back to Jamie Langfield, and Javier Artero is going to be on shortly for Dundee. Good to see him back, actually, after a fight against multiple sclerosis. Arveladze to Newman. Arveladze trying to make it happen for Rangers. Canigia and Flo in the middle. He's held up by Kizanishvili. Here's Arthur Newman. Now Barry Ferguson. It was away by Fanzi. Ketsbaya. Sara and Konteman do battle. Sara wasn't quite sure where the ball had gone. Konteman was, and shows considerable composure.
Defending there.
Canigia. Gavin Ray's challenge, no free kick.
They fooled me.
Sara's header a little wayward. Arveladze. He has skipped away from Mackay. Shota Arveladze. Plenty of power on it, but it just cleared the upright.
Terrific example of this lad's footwork here. And again, he makes the chance, sets up the chance entirely all his own. He's entitled to have a go there.
So the substitution being made on the hour. Fabian Caballero, who took a knock in the first half, is replaced by Javier Artero, who also came on last week against Hearts and really impressed. He was, although he only played for a half, he was probably not far behind David Mackay in the man of the match stakes in that game, and he's a tidy little player.
Yeah, he's going to play wide right, and it looks as if Beto Carranza is going to play central now alongside Juan Sara. And given the amount of backtracking he's had to do tonight to close down Arthur Newman, he'll be relieved that he's been allowed to play there.
Rayner. Here's Michael Ball. Quite the pass Ferguson would have liked. But Konteman. Still no way through for anybody in this game yet. Barry Ferguson trying to do something about that. Arthur Newman. Arveladze hugging the touchline. It's just a goal kick. These are tense times at Dens Park. Dundee hoping to put one over one of the Old Firm. Rangers hoping to keep up with the other half of the Old Firm. Oh dear, Langfield made a right old mess of that. He's having one of them nights, I think, is Jamie. He's a talented keeper, honest. Canigia. Claudio Rayner. Kiko Torres, the most recent of the arrivals at Dens Park. Played for Numancia in Spain. Spire, who once came up against Rangers when he was at AEK Athens in a European match a few years ago. Ball leaves it for Newman. Newman up to Arveladze, working tirelessly to try and give Rangers an advantage in this game. Newman just eluded Carranza. Ferguson asking Maurice Ross to make the run, which he did. A little argy-bargy with Ketspire, but the outcome is a goal kick.
If you're Dick Advocaat, how do you legislate for a miss like this? And this is a £12 million international player, and it really just sums up the way things are going for Dick Advocaat and Rangers right now. Can't explain that.
And although Flo hasn't really been a hit in Scotland, he does have a tremendous goal-scoring record. 30 goals in 43 games for Rangers, but that should have been number 31. It wasn't. It's still 0-0. I'm sure these Celtic fans, if they can bear watching Rangers, are probably quite enjoying this at the moment, because Rangers just simply have to win every game as they lag behind Celtic. And they're really drifting a long way behind them at the moment. There's been a little lull in the proceedings in the last few minutes, but Rangers are trying to up the tempo now. Michael Ball to Arthur Newman, and goal kick.
Yeah, it hasn't been his night either, Arthur Newman. And he normally delivers a very good final ball. Hasn't hung up anything at all for the strikers to go and attack.
Dick with plenty to say to Jan Wouters, who I suppose would have been a contender for the coaching job here if Dick does move upstairs, but Wouters has expressed his intention to leave at the end of the season, so it appears it won't be him. Arveladze. Ferguson to Flo. Rangers are going to bring on Peter Lovenkrantz shortly to try and spark a bit of life into their quest for a victory. Here's Ferguson. Arveladze has run off Mackay, but the delivery was poor, although Kizanishvili took his time. Smith. Carranza, lovely touch to Sara. Not quite so good from Sara. Arveladze looking to torment Mackay again. Arveladze delivers, cut out by Fanzi. Signed from Crystal Palace. Sent off on his debut in the Dundee derby, and then went off to play back in his homeland, where he collected another red card. Doing well at the moment. Newman. Ferguson. Knidgia. No free kick. Kizanishvili's challenge. Carranza does get the free kick. Newman rather played more the offender, and it's the first card of the game.
I thought for a minute he was going to book Carranza here for diving. Let's just see how long it takes him to go down here. Well, I think he's fortunate there.
I'm sure Well, there's been worse challenges than that, but Craig Moore has got the first yellow card of the match. And Rangers are waiting to bring on Peter Lovenkrantz, and they're going to take Arthur Newman off. Lovenkrantz, the Danish under-21 international, scored his first league goal for Rangers at Celtic last week, and is he going to be the answer to their problems here?
Well, it's maybe coming on at the wrong time though, Ian, because I'm sure he'd rather have played against Beto Carranza than play against Otero, who does work the entire right side and who defends very well as well.
Lovenkrantz has been actually linked with Inter Milan lately. He has been scoring a few goals for the Danish under-21 team. He's desperate to get in their World Cup squad. He has been getting more than his usual share of first-team football at Rangers, although mostly as a sub. His only start, in fact, this season came in midweek in the League Cup game at Ross County. And then he's been a serial substitute. Dundee have a corner. Dens Park holds its breath. Beto Carranza prepares to take it. It's away by Flo, but only as far as Otero.
That's one he had to take early. Ball's being pressed here by white jerseys. Plenty of power on it. Slices wide. But anyone's game here, you'd have to say.
Here is Lovenkrantz. Rangers actually beat Newcastle and Valencia to his signature. Referee quickly on the scene. Gavin Ray certainly felt that. The yellow card is shown.
I think if anything, Arbaladze's stud's catching the turf there.
So 2 quick yellow cards in the game. One for Gavin Ray and one for Craig Moore. Both might consider themselves a little unfortunate. Rangers free kick away by Kizanishvili. Ball just moving away from Carranza. Kinigia. Rangers toiling at Dens Park. No goals. Kinigia rather crudely challenged by Kizanishvili.
He might just be the key for Rangers. Kinigia's coming in off the right side now, playing a more central role, just off the front. And if anyone can unlock Dundee at the back, it's Claudio Kinigia.
It was Fanzi's challenge, but he didn't get a card for that, just a warning. Claudio Reyna's free kick comes to Lovenkrantz. Flag has gone up for offside. Still not happening for Rangers, Davey.
No, it's not, and I think tonight, I mean, a draw is as good as a defeat. They can't afford to drop anything here. It's the kind of game that one goal looks as if it's going to win it. Difficult to say who's going to come for them.
Dundee have once again risen to the challenge of a game against Rangers. Remember when they got absolutely tonked by them here a couple of seasons ago, 7-1. I think Rangers were 6-1 up at half-time, if I remember correctly. But it's been a lot closer between these two since those days. Free kick for the foul on Beto Carranza. What Dundee would give for a famous home victory over Rangers. They've not beaten them here for 9 years. Carranza trying to slip it through to Otero. Michael Ball slid in. Goal kick at him.
Good defending there by Michael Ball. Had to be very aware there. Otero with a quick run in behind him. Reacted well. Danger here as you turn your back in this. Switch off. Good awareness.
defeats, offside against Flo there. 2 defeats for Rangers this season in the league, both against Celtic. Both significant, of course. Kapika not impressed. And another offside. The other end. Celtic have left it late in a few of their games recently. Rangers hoping that might rub off on them yet. Mackay just scuffed that one behind for a corner. Dundee are pretty used to playing well against Rangers and then coming away with nothing here at Dens Park. It's Claudio Reyna's corner. Oh, and it's been knocked off the line. Maurice Ross's header. And the 20-year-old from Dundee almost scored against his hometown club.
I must have thought he had scored there. Free header at the back post. I think it was Fanzi who managed to get it away in the goal line.
Contaman. Put it straight onto the boot of Mackay. Flipped on by Sara, but Craig Moore was there. Well, Pico Torres' challenge on Michael Ball typifies Dundee's determination. Reyna. Ferguson. Kanigia. Kanigia's cross. Ooh, it was Mackay who just managed to hook that one away. Ferguson. Michael Ball. Oh, Ferguson's pass has gone straight to Sara. Now Beto Carranza. Sara wants it back. Carranza might have just taken it too far, but he won't get a corner out of it.
Contaman did well there just to stay on his feet there and slow Carranza. And that's the danger of Dundee on the break there. Rangers having all of the possession, all of the ball.
Dundee are going to bring on Stephen Milne shortly. In comes the corner from Carranza. That was, in the end, comfortably cleared by Ross, and Rangers look to go on the attack. Bert Contaman. A very late flag against Flo.
Yeah, it certainly was. I'd like to see this one again. And Flo has played right on the edge of offside all night. Probably felt he's been in the wrong end of a couple of these decisions, but I think that's correct. I think the system's right. Previous to that, a free header for Maurice Ross at the back post. And Fanzi it was who managed to get it away.
Juan Sara has been replaced by Stephen Milne, a youngster who's appeared in every game in the Scottish Premier League this season, whether as a starter or a sub. And Milne has also contributed with a few goals. Dundee have a man down, and Lovenkrantz has kicked the ball out so that Carranza can get some treatment, and he's really struggling a little bit.
I think he must have been caught by an elbow there. He tried to knock it on to young Stephen Milne. Actually caught in the back, if anything.
Well, Ivano Benetti will be forced to make another change then, by the look of it, with Mark Robertson, the Australian, waiting to come on. We're heading towards a rather dramatic finale at Dens Park. It's been tight, it's been tense. No goals between Dundee and Rangers. Sadly, no further action here at Carranza. Off he goes, and on in his place will come Mark Robertson, who was actually early on against Hearts last week when Baguetto got injured. He was on after 15 minutes, so played most of the game, but Carranza's game is over and Robertson is on, and there are just over 10 minutes to go at Dens Park. Are we going to get a goal? Ivano Benetti, enthusiastic, passionate about his football, as he proved in his time as a player. He delighted Grimsby fans. Also had a spell at Tranmere, of course, and a couple of games at Crystal Palace too. Rangers are going to bring on Michael Moles in their efforts to get a winner. Number 15 gets the better of another. Contaman against Mill. Flo did well. Arveladze. Now Claudio Canigia, looking to put one over his former club once he brings it under control. Rayner taking charge of the situation. Here's Flo. Found his route blocked. Will be a free kick. Kiko Torres with the foul. And Baladze. Michael Moles waiting to join the action for the closing stages. Celtic's 3-0 win over Hibs earlier heaped more pressure on Rangers, as if they haven't got enough at the moment. Celtic moving 13 points clear at the top. And Rangers struggling to get the better of a decent Dundee team. There are a lot of Rangers players who cost a lot of money who perhaps owe the club and the fans a bit more than what they're offering at the moment.
Just don't think they've got a variation at times that, you know, they have to get the ball forward a bit more quickly. And this is the ball they've played all night into Toriandre Flo, who's dropping off, but it's not hurting Dundee.
Here's Lovenkrantz. The ricochet hardly fell favourably for him. I think Ronald de Boer and Michael Moles are going to come on to the closing stages. Kiko Torres. And that will give Rangers the chance to make this double change then. Claudio Canigia is going to go off, and so too is Flo, I think. But Michael Moles comes on. His only goal this season came against Dundee in a 2-0 win at Ibrox in August, and Flo is replaced by Ronald de Boer, as Dick Advocaat hopes that these changes will make the difference.
Yeah, Moles is going to play right on the shoulder of the last defender. Arveladze off him with Ronald de Boer wide on the right. And it's certainly a change that Dick Advocaat had to make. He's got no choice here.
Lovenkrantz. Ferguson. Rayner. Arveladze. De Boer involved straight away. De Boer tries again. Rangers still making hard work of it. Ferguson though slips it through. Moles nearly there. Arveladze. Ferguson trying to charge his way through. It looked a rather desperate dive from the Rangers captain.
Previous to that, terrific saving challenge from Noel Mackay on the right hand side, but Dundee really under the cosh here.
Michael Bull's cross. Maurice Ross was there, now Rayner. As if it wasn't bad enough for Rangers at the moment, they could be about to lose Claudio Rayner as well, who's one of their most consistent and effective performers. Sunderland interested in signing Rayner. That's going to go over the line, much to the annoyance of Lovenkrantz.
Another penalty appeal for Dougie McDonald to call. This time Barry Ferguson going down. I don't think he needed any encouragement. Not for the first time tonight. I think the referee's right.
5 minutes to go. Ray's clearance goes straight to Rayner. Arveladze takes over for Rangers, who need a winner. Now Maurice Ross, Dundee boy. Ronald de Boer. Ferguson. It trickles away from de Boer, and it's dug out by Smith. Oh, a great header from Craig Moore, but he gets a second chance. Not a great pass that time.
Dundee just can't get a hold of the ball at the moment. Any time they do get it, they're giving it straight back to Rangers, making things difficult for themselves here.
Lovenkrantz, a frustrating evening for Rangers, even though they've had their fair share of possession. They would dearly love to scrap out a 1-0 victory here, that is for sure. Mole's touch not great, Ketsbaia. Lovenkrantz for Michael Ball. Up it goes towards Arveladze, who was entangled with Fanzi. The pay-per-view match tomorrow could see Robbie Fowler making his debut for Leeds at Fulham. It's from 1:30. For information on how to see it, ring 08705 160 160. And our Super Sunday offering features two Scottish bosses, as Walter Smith and Gordon Strachan go head-to-head. Everton Southampton on Sky Sports 1 from 3. Interactive, of course, on Sky Sports Extra. Peter Lovenkrantz now trying to make things happen for Rangers in the closing stages at Dens Park. Didn't really look like much of a handball shout as it panned off Kizanishvili then. Here's Maurice Ross. Arveladze, but Dundee holding firm. And Kizanishvili giving Stephen Milne something to chase, but Conterman will win the race.
Milne not there in the zone now. Dundee have decided 0-0 will do them. Bit of work to do yet though.
0-0 may well do them, but 0-0 won't do for Rangers. If it stays this way, there will be a 12-point gap between the Old Firm at the top of the table. Here's Robertson. Rangers desperately trying to wrestle possession back. Well, they've seen Celtic snatch some late goals this season. Maybe they feel it's their time to do just that. Lovenkrantz, Ferguson. Now De Boer. Decent delivery. Mols! Oh, stunning save from Jamie Langfield.
Well, just when it really counted, Ian, and he's had a very unsteady night, you would have to say, Jamie Langfield. Terrific save. Mols does everything right, puts it back across the goalkeeper. It's a terrific save.
He's made up for his slippery gloves of earlier, that's for sure. Nobody picked up Rayner from the corner, but it's comfortably cleared by Barry Smith. Rangers probably felt their moment had arrived then late on. Michael Mols' header, but what a save from Langfield. It's going to be another corner though, as Rangers frantically go in search of a winner.
3 minutes of added time.
It'll be 3 minutes of added on time. De Boer delivers, but it was a poor corner, although Ketspai's taken his time about clearing, and Conterman is chasing him. Well, he did all right in the end, Ketspai.
Once again they give it away though. They're just inviting us pressure.
The Rangers aren't really hurting Dundee at the moment, and they're running out of time. Ball. Lovenkrantz. They need to get it in that box soon. It's not really a time for patience, although maybe it is, because this is a pretty neat move. Claudio Reyna. It's going to come to Ross. Now Ferguson. Arveladze. Michael Ball. As the seconds tick away, Lovenkrantz back to Ball. Anywhere will do for Dundee. Stephen Milne on his tot up there. And he's got it, in fact. And he's going to get a free kick. Michael Ball's challenge.
I did well though. That gets Dundee up the pitch.
It was Lovenkrantz actually, might have caught him. The man of the match, Davey?
Well, this fella here, Ian, first time I've seen him, and I can see why he's going to skipper China at the World Cup. Really good operator. He's been bossing that back four all night. Played Torrey Andre Flo really well tonight. He's my Bank of Scotland man of the match.
Ketspai then lining one up from the free kick, but it drifted well away in the end. Not good enough for Rangers Football Club, this. Rangers, of course, with an important, to say the least, UEFA Cup tie in Paris coming up this week. If they go out of the UEFA Cup, things might happen. As far as Dick Advocaat is concerned. Although he insists he'll be around for the rest of the season. De Boer. Is it going to be a case of better late than never for Rangers? Mols tumbles in the box, and Dundee are hanging on now as the final whistle approaches.
Oh, just desperately trying to hold their 18-yard box here. They're being pushed further and further back.
Referee waiting because Mackay had actually gone down with what looked like a touch of cramp. The 3 minutes of added on time are up. Last chance for Rangers. Ketspai. Oh, that's turned into a pretty decent pass. And Gavin Ray, but Stefan Klos was very aware about that. And it's all over. And it's more disappointment for Dick Advocaat and for Rangers, because They could not afford to lose any more points after a double defeat at the hands and feet of Celtic, but they simply weren't good enough to overcome Dundee here, and not a lot is going right for Dick or for Rangers at the moment. They are very much second best in Scotland, and of course second best in Glasgow. It finishes at Dens Park. Dundee 0, Rangers 0.
Well, he's clapping, but he's not happy. 0-0. Well, don't forget, we've got more live action coming up for you tonight. Here on Sky Sports 1, it's World Championship Boxing as Richard Williams takes on Shannon Taylor for the IBO World Light Middleweight title. That's tonight from 7:45. Over on Sky Sports 2 is live rugby featuring USA against South Africa. And on Sky Sports Extra from 8 o'clock, Spanish football, Alaves against Barcelona. But at Dens Park tonight, a game Rangers could ill afford not to win, indeed ill afford to draw. But that is exactly what has happened. They have drawn it, 0-0. Reaction after this. Welcome back to Dens Park, Dundee, where it was Dundee 0, Rangers 0. Rangers couldn't get the win they needed tonight. Charlie Nicholas, how much of a disappointment is this for Advocat and his side tonight?
Well, I think what tonight did, Jim, I know they face PSG in midweek, and a daunting task from there. This looks like, again, a side like we've seen last season who has gone to play as individuals, and that's the most worrying sign of all for Rangers. I think the Rangers have to now seriously look. David Murray and Dick Advocat, they might have announced Dick's possibility of moving upstairs, and David Proben said December 18th in the AGM that they will probably make more announcements. I don't see any rescue package for this team now, I really don't.
No.
I think it's severely damaged, and the reason I think that is because when they play well against Celtic, Celtic still beat them. And that will always be the great debate. If you're not doing well and the other one is, that's the great debate. This team looks to me, again, as if they went to play for each other rather than together. And when you have that and your problem is facing you, trying to chase Celtic constantly, then believe me, that is a difficult
So why,
task.
Charlie, they're no longer playing like a team?
Simply because the individuals and the top names are playing for themselves, and they're not taking responsibilities to prove why they are big name players, to prove why they are £6 million to £12 million players. They are now frightened to take players on. There's lack of confidence. The manager, yes, can take some of the responsibility. Here's an example. Good Leo Kinija playing as right winger. Why is a right winger, I wonder? Puts in a great cross to his credit. Reina, who I think now they should make a decision and let him go. I think obviously they're waiting in the right figure, but I think he should go now. I think sometimes when it's not a disruption all the time, I don't think this guy's causing disruption because I think he's a model pro. But I think when you have individuals like Torrey Andrew Flo, they will constantly be scrutinised, not because of the £12 million tag. I mean, this is an awful miss after good lead weight, good work. He's actually probably better having a look at this, and in some strange way it's a difficult one because there's not a lot the coach can say. You're making chances, you have to take them, and Rangers time and time again have made chances, but I don't think the players now are really responding. They're
Is Flo, Charlie, one of those players you were mentioning? He's not playing for the cause.
No, I think what Torrey Andrew Flo gives you is his scoring record is a great one. There is no doubt about that. But I think too many are playing simple football, Jim. I mean, like it's passes that don't matter. They nearly won it in the end with Michael Moore coming on. And goalkeepers will always tell you, I'll make mistakes all day, but if I make a great save and it gets a clean sheet, then I'm a good goalkeeper. So this lad got himself out of jail, and that's still a clean sheet. But for me, this is a team that looks as if, again, they're playing as individuals.
So big question marks, Charlie, about this team. Let's hear from Dick Advocat. He's with David Tanner.
Dick, what went wrong for Rangers tonight?
Again, that we didn't score the goal. I think we had the second half enough opportunities to score the goal. And again, that's the problem. I think the first half we didn't play well, except the first 15 minutes. But the second half, I think we were quite sharp. We dominated. They worked very, very hard. I think we get 2-3 good chances. And at the end, what's count is if we score, but we didn't do it again.
We saw the country's leading goal scorer, Torrey Andrew Flo, miss from close range. How do you account for that?
Yeah, okay, but that's football. Everybody expects that he had to score, but we have still other players also who have to score, and you can't rely every game on Torrey. You have still 3 or 4 strikers in your team.
People have been looking for signs of Rangers' confidence having been shattered by the Old Firm defeat. Was that perhaps a sign?
No, I don't know why you're saying that, because I think the last week we played excellent football against Celtic, and again the first half we had to score 1 or 2 goals, and they get a totally different game. And that has nothing to do with confidence, because the second half we created again enough chances to win the game. But again, that's football.
How costly do you fear the last week has been for this club?
Well, the problem is we had an excellent run with 8 winning games behind each other. And then you expect Celtic also to drop some points. They didn't do it. So we were intent to start again today, but it was not the right start. But we have still enough games to go, and we still have to believe in a fair result.
Flo himself said today that Rangers would have to win every single game to have any chance of catching Celtic. Do you disagree with that then?
No, then we have to start today, after today.
Dick, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, let's recap all of today's results in the Bank of Scotland Scottish Premier League. It was Aberdeen 1, St Johnstone 0, Dundee 0, Rangers 0, as you've just seen. Celtic 3, Hibernian 0, Hearts 1, Dunfermline 1, Kilmarnock 2, Dundee United 0, and Livingston 3, Motherwell 1. So that means the table now looks like this. Celtic are now 12 points clear of Rangers at the top, with Livingston only 2 points further back. Dundee's point leaves them in 6th place, which is exactly where they started the day. Well, Charlie, we've spoken about Rangers. What would you say about Dundee tonight? All these different nationalities, gelling well and doing it for Bonetti, yeah?
Yeah, they're still unpredictable though, Jim. I mean, we see some good entertainers on that side, and we need a little bit more goals. I mean, Juan Sara has been very good goal-scoring record for Dundee. He's been an impressive finisher. But I think like tonight we see good movement, we see a nice balance to Dundee. I think what impressed me more tonight than anything else was I think they've been vulnerable at the back. Fanzi looked exceptional defensively. He was fairly mobile, he was aggressive, and that's nice to see. So I think that balance, if they're starting to work in that, Langfield got away with a few, and then he made a wonderful save from Michael Moles at the end. So good signs for Dundee, Jim, but they're still unpredictable for me.
Okay, now Charlie, can we expect to see big changes happening this week within Ibrox if Rangers go out the UEFA Cup?
No, unfortunately you can't, because this is a club who overspent vastly in the past, and a lot of the players disappointed and had to go. I think now there is no rescue package for this team. I think this team has to slowly but surely change, and I think some of the players are getting on a little bit. They'll have to look to get them out and get fresh youngsters in. And I don't mean immediately, I mean just slowly but surely. I mean, David Murray has told us that they are lacking now financially. They have to sell to buy, but it's a waste of time this team going out and buying somebody just to try and patch up the cracks. They've done that before and it doesn't work.
And David Murray was here tonight to watch this 0-0 draw. Okay, well, we're back on Tuesday from 7 o'clock on Sky Sports 1 with the next Inside Scottish Football. And no doubt we'll be looking back on this 0-0 draw here at Dens Park come that programme on Tuesday. That's it from Dens, from Charlie and me. Bye for now.
Bye now.